This is so funny. So CNN's Jake Tapper decided to just tell the basic conclusions that are quite obvious from the Durham report, that they're very damaging for the FBI, and they do vindicate in part many of Trump's accusations against the law enforcement agency. And CNN viewers are not so happy about it. Here's what he had to say, and we'll tell you about the reaction.
President Trump appeared so confident of what Durham would find, he openly pressured the special counsel to release his findings before the 2020 election. Regardless, the report is now here. It has dropped, and it might not have produced everything of what some Republicans hoped for. It is, regardless, devastating to the FBI, and to a degree, it does exonerate Donald Trump.
So the reaction here, Krystal, is so funny. Media Matters absolutely losing it. They say, to be clear, this is not devastating for the FBI, does not do in any degree exonerate Donald Trump. What in the world are you talking about? They say is misleading commentary. My personal favorite I just scrolled past is, good God, they are now pimping out Jake Tapper for MAGA viewers. Hashtag propaganda for ratings. Just so people know it's not working if that's the case, because it's Chris Wallace just lost in prime time to Newsmax. That actually just came out yesterday.
Yikes.
They got a total of 300,000 viewers.
Wonder how much they're paying that dude,
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Probably $10 million a year to be last on the air to freaking Newsmax, which barely existed 5 years ago. Humiliating, absolutely humiliating. But it just shows same problems with the freak out post-CNN town hall. They cannot handle any semblance of fairness whenever it comes to describing basic facts.
Well, I think Ryan, because I watched a little of you and Ryan's coverage of this while I was on my honeymoon. I think Ryan pointed this out, that, you know, something we talk about in independent media is this problem of audience capture, where, you know, you start feeding an audience a certain narrative, and then that attracts a certain audience, and all they want to hear is this one certain narrative. And then if you veer off of that track, you lose a whole bunch of people. And so people don't veer off the track. They find reasons to stay on the track. Major problem in independent media. But it appears CNN has this same issue because they've spent years cultivating a certain worldview and a certain audience. And so, you know, in a sense, you know, Tapper is saying things that are just accurate based on what's reflected in the report, but you don't get to avoid complicity for over years and years and years, hiding any of the evidence that what was being spun in terms of Russiagate was false. And so you can't be surprised then when there's a freak out when you host a Trump town hall. You can't be surprised when there's a freak out when you just cover the contents of this report. If they are genuinely trying to, you know, cultivate a different audience, yeah, it's going to be painful for a while. They're going to lose some of the people that they have been bringing along with them for years because they haven't painted an accurate picture of the world for them. So then when you come in and puncture their bubble, they're going to say, you know, they're going to be confused. They're going to be upset. They're going to be enraged. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, what do we learn, I guess, from all of this? I just think that you can see audience capture, but more importantly, the problem for them is they don't even care as much about their audience. They care more about pleasing each other. And you just know that it drives Jake Tapper insane to see criticism from Media Matters, you know, from people who they would consider social friends, allies in many respects.
I don't know. I feel like Tapper's a little bit of a contrarian.
Yes and no.
He likes to fight.
He does. He's a DM warrior.
He is a DM warrior.
Personal experience.
He definitely, one thing we can say for sure, every comment about this,
100%.
he 100% read.
Yeah, tweet this video at him. 100% will watch it. I guarantee it. And if I say one negative word, I'll hear about it for the rest of my life. The problem that I think is that, and this isn't about Tapper necessarily, this is really just CNN and the way that the internal response is. Look at the freak out from the town hall, and you can just guarantee that if you say something like this, factual but potential to help Trump in any way, there's going to be a cringe on the other. Like, well, no, it didn't vindicate everything. They said, well, that's not what he said.
Right.
He said to a certain extent. He said it's damaging for the FBI. The FBI is not, we don't have to religiously pray to the FBI. It's just an organization. It's supposed to be neutral. It's not, obviously.
Deeply
and it has a lot of problems.
Times, yes.
Yeah, it's deeply problematic. And I think that there are a lot of reasons to be skeptical of it. What's wrong with that? Last time I checked, we were in the news business. We should be skeptical of anything law enforcement tells us. My default assumption is I don't believe you. Prove it. You know, show us the evidence.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be for a lot of people in media. But they religiously had to defend the FBI during the Russiagate years, which now means that if they screw up, they can barely say they screwed up without pissing off a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, because they made them into infallible heroes,
Right.
which they never deserved.
Yeah.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.